Hello everyone and welcome back to this channel. I'm Olga Bonitas and today I'm thrilled to share with you a sneak peek into one lesson from my class on how to paint flowers and greenery with watercolor. I'll be sharing the full lesson, so feel free to grab your brushes, your favorite watercolor palette and paint with me. I will guide you through step by step as we paint a gorgeous flower, the anemone. But before we dive into the lesson, please make sure to like this video. It is really important to help this channel grow. Thank you. So let's get started. In the lesson, we paint the third flower in the composition, but you can paint it separately on a piece of paper. It's definitely worth it. First, we will make a graphite study. I notice the line where the petals are arranged. Here it is, and I'm drawing it on my draft paper. And this is the heart of the flower. The purpose of this step, this sketch, is to simplify the flower shape to understand it. I focus on the outer corner of the flower and draw only that. Then move on to the inner details. Here is the line of the petal that protrudes forward. This is the corner of the light spot, and there is an intense shadow here under the light. The next petal. Here we can see a shadow as well, but it is not as intense as the previous one. Shadows help highlight the shapes of the petals, so it's important to have a clear understanding of how they are arranged. In the class, we start with simple objects, flowers, and progress to more complex ones to train this skill properly. There are leaves under the flower. I will not draw them because they are quite easy to paint without a pencil sketch. So, moving on to painting. I'm gently drawing the contour of the flower. Having studied it thoroughly, I only need to neatly draw the outer contour. And I'm ready to finally start painting. I always encourage students to mix different shades in one fill to make it look more interesting. This is the first layer, so it is light and transparent. pay attention. I need to leave the light spot here in the foreground. Remember how we drew and highlighted it in our sketch. So I squeezed my Kolinsky brush and I'm removing the paint here, making this place completely dry. Now it's time to paint the heart. I'm using the indigo color for that. The fill is still wet, but the light spot is dry, so the paint spreads beautifully only on wet paper. The first layer is done and I need to wait until the paper is dry out to continue. The next step is painting shadows. I use my pencil sketch as a guide. The thing is, you should know exactly how you will paint something before you start. There are many techniques on how to achieve this, some of which we consider in the course. Making a preliminary pencil study is one of them, and it's pretty easy to apply and practice. And it makes watercolor painting clear and understandable. My students often mention that they appreciate the actionable and clear steps in my courses. By providing specific examples, I like to demonstrate methods that can be widely applied. Learning by practice is the key. The petals have a slightly visible striped texture, and I try to gently show it. Here in depth, I want to make it even darker. Look, here is almost as dark as in the heart. Saturated dark purple color is perfect. Shadows underline the shape of the petals. Now let's move on to the greenery. The stem. Take a look on the reference photo. It has a different shade of green compared to the leaves, more warm and lighter. want dark leaves. Saturated green needed, maybe even mixed with indigo or other dark color. When painting the leaves, I aim to create the feeling of a large amount of greenery without needing to repeat every single leaf. Fast, chaotic movements. That's enough. The next step is adding details. Let's work a little more on the heart. I want to make it fluffier. And some white touches. And yellowish. And highlight the petals on the foreground. Voila! It seems the flower is done. Now let's take a look at the entire illustration. Believe it or not, every single time I look at the illustration after a while, I notice the places where I should make a few adjustments. For example, now I want to darken this area to underline the shape of the petal and make the contrast stronger. If you enjoy this lesson and want to dive deeper into the world of watercolor painting, be sure to check out my full course for more in-depth tutorials and guidance. We will paint spring crocuses, bright anemones, juicy abundance of greens, whimsical pistachio branches, and fluffy mimosa. Please find the links in the description. Well, I think the illustration is ready. Let's take a look. Please make sure to like this video, comment, ask questions, and subscribe for more. If you painted with me, your illustration could look like this. You can cut it out and use it to decorate gifts or something else. Let your imagination run and enjoy your creativity. Bye!